This story is not a contemporary one. This is an old story. This is Gopi. He is a big fan of writer Manoharan. Anybody who knows to read wouldn't have missed writer Manoharan's books. Every Tuesday, he makes everyone forget reality and enter into his world of words. Into the magical world which his pen scripts on paper. Gopi also has a dream of becoming a big writer like Manoharan. From that day, Gopi started writing. Only one thought ran in his mind all day, that everybody must enter his fantasy world and enjoy his writings. After completing writing his first story, Gopi went to meet his guru.
Gopal, if I really need to tell you the fact, then the story is not really good.
Sir, this is my dream. I want to become a writer like you, sir.
Your thoughts are really good, and if you really want to be a really good writer, you need to have some experience. You need to do lots of research. We'll have to look at all the people around us, our friends, our enemies, people who are not even introduced to us, or even them. Take them as a character and try to read them. You need to transform that all into story and try to write that.
I do have it, sir.
Even if you all have that, you need to have some determination.
I also have it, sir.
Gopal, if you have decided that you want to be a writer, then you will definitely become one. And believe in that.
Thank you, sir. One word from you is enough, sir. You are my guru, sir. I am your follower, sir.
Okay, sir.
Gopal, 1 minute. It should be an experience for people who are reading your writings. They should change into their characters for their reading it. Take it. Whatever you're writing, give it to an ordinary man in the beginning to read it. If he changes into a character, then you can think, Gopal has won that. And then Gopal will be successful.
Okay, sir.
Once again, Gopi started writing. He decided a title for his first novel, Gita. The characters in this story started appearing one by one in his thoughts. He was looking for words just like catching fish from water. Words started appearing as streams and rivers and started traveling towards his story, the sea. After completing the last word of his novel, he wrote the end below. But then,
Where are you going?
just to keep this bag inside.
Sit down here first. I need to tell you something very important. We'll see the other things later. Look at me. If this life, it's like a running race for us. And believe me, hey, I'm speaking to you and what are you doing? I'm going to thrash your face. Then you're going to do nothing.
No, uncle, actually.
Whenever you're going from here, we go like a new human being. Forget whatever has happened. You're going to be this uncle's disciple now. You can learn a lot of things. I will teach you that. And the Almighty God will definitely bless you for that. Don't disturb your mind remembering the old things which has happened to you. This love affair is common with everybody in this age. Somebody will succeed in it and somebody will fail in it. And you have failed. And have never got into all these love affairs. See, that's why I'm very, really healthy. My God bless us all. We have got a prayer at 2 o'clock in the night.
Should I join you too?
Welcome.
How are you, man?
I'm not sure what to tell you.
Tell me, where is your uncle Pushpangadan?
That creature is right here. Just keeps blabbering every now and then. I can't be at peace with him. I've never seen such an irritating person before.
Man, just a minute.
He is quite happy with himself, no?
In this situation, you must change to the other side. A change is also good for you, no? Listen to me. Just stay there for some more time.
I'm staying here just because of no other option.
Okay. Don't keep worrying about that money affair, you see?
Stop it. Just cut the call now. Let me explore around this place, if there are any girls here. You call me later.
Okay. You will not leave hunting wherever you go, huh?
Okay then, bye.
Listen to me. That video has spread like wildfire. 6 lakh views.
I was reading the comments and laughing like hell.
That's enough. Cut the call now.
Now the time is 12:30. What is your plan?
Dude, it's Christmas night today. I'm ready to take a big risk to have a blast today.
I know you'll take all kind of risks, but you gotta be careful.
No risk at all. Her husband is in the Gulf. She's alone at home now. Our first Christmas.
It's all your good time. Everything gets caught in your trap, you see?
You see, we must make good use of technology. These have been invented for our use, right? Stop loitering around in Facebook and just get into Instagram. All the play happens there. You can find many good chicks over there. Enjoy looking at their posts. Just like and comment any emoji and start making friendship with them there.
How is it all of a sudden you can go to a girl's house at midnight, huh?
You know, that's where the thrill lies. Just like the hero goes to meet the heroine in movies.
Brother, we think about this way, but if something else happens, what will you do? You tell me.
We'll manage all that. Come with me, let me show.
Have we reached so soon?
Hey, her house is very nearby. It's not safe to take our bike there. Just push it aside. Help me. Hey, stop right there. You be here. I'll go inside.
Should I wait here?
What are you gonna do by coming inside?
Whether I wait there or here doesn't make any sense.
Okay, come.
We are strangers to this place. I feel fear inside myself now.
Imagine a lover boy is going to meet his girlfriend. Don't worry, just come. Don't be frightened.
You tell me, what is your age?
Around 30-35 years?
So you're older to me?
You are unaware about the psychology related to these women. Women who cross 30 have much experience. They're too good.
Is that true?
I swear.
Huh? I think you're an expert here.
You can't walk normally here. Just tiptoe silently like a cat. Nobody must know that we have come here. Oh, not that slow, man. Walk casually so that nobody gets suspicion. I don't know when you're going to learn all these secrets. Hey, look, that's her house.
Okay, then go ring the bell.
Hey, where are you going to?
I'll go have some tea and wait. Complete the work and come.
Look, I've come here alone and I've brought all things which I need. You know what's this? This is Masurian Fini, which you get only in Dehradun, Masuri. Give it to me.
This morning you bought it. This is illicit arak.
That's for you. For me, this is Masurian Feni.
This is arak and you're talking like it's a royal drink. Man, you go and come, but only maximum 1 hour. After that, I can't be waiting here.
Hey, you just keep standing here, that'll do. Give me a signal if you find anybody around.
Whistle?
Don't do that. That's very cinematic. Won't be apt for real life.
Can I call you by name?
That's fine.
Oh, just wait. My phone is switched off now.
Very good. There's a plan B.
Tell me.
Now I'll go inside and give you a call from there.
What a super idea.
Okay then, see you.
Hey, man, listen.
What's it now?
My mobile, when you call, it should be on, no?
Shh. Total trap. There is a plan C, don't worry. You have few leftover crackers with you, right? That's plan C. If there's any problem, you burst one cracker. Remember, just one cracker. If it's a very serious problem, then burst the second cracker also. Before the third cracker explodes, I'll be gone.
This is superb. But cracker will wake everybody up.
It's Christmas season. People will think they're celebrating. Okay,
Hey,
bye.
why are you scaring the wall? Come on, go through the front door, no?
Hey, there's no thrill in that. If I jump over the wall, that'll be thrilling. Lover boys must always take risks. Women always love daring men.
Okay, I jumped in.
Hey,
Congrats.
thanks.
Wait, I'll open the door.
No need. Let me see you from here for some time. You're looking just like an angel.
Don't look at me like that. I'm feeling shy.
Okay, I'll enter from the other side. Go open. When I reached the peak of the Himalayan range on my bullet, that's when you called me and asked for a Christmas gift. Immediately I fled from there like lightning, and here I am.
Will Bullet climb Himalayan top?
Why not? There's a shortcut from Jammu forest. I took that shortcut.
You know cinema people? Then you can act in cinema. You look glamorous, no?
I'm not interested in all that. I like traveling, bullet ride, Himalayan mountains. These are what I like.
Now whom do you like?
You see, now I like you. I like only you at this moment. Masurian Feni. This is my gift to my lady love.
What the hell is he doing for so long? Let me finish this cigarette off. You enjoy.
Do you remember this? The first post which I liked of yours?
How will I ever forget?
On that day I was in Dehradun. Now I am in your house. Only you and me are here. Inside this closed room.
What next?
Anything as you wish.
அடி இன்பக் குயிலே நீயே காதல் ராணி விரல் பட்ட நொடியில் நீ என் மோக வீணை காமனின் பைங்கினி காதலின் தேன்துளி காதலின் பைங்கிளி காதலின் தேன்துளி ஓ ஓ அடி இன்பக்குயிலே நீயே காதல் ராணி விரல் பட்ட நொடியில் நீ என் மோகவீணை காமனின் பைங்கிளி காதலின் தேன்துளி காதலின் பைங்கிளி காதலின் தேன்துளி ஓ ஓ
Hey, what are you doing?
This is so thrilling.
Oh, tightly then. Just don't gag my mouth. Only then we can kiss.
കണ്ണും കാത്തിരുന്നു മണ്ണിലൊരു പൈതലിനാ കാതോടു കാതോരം കേട്ടിരുന്നു ദൈവപുത്രൻ പിറക്കുമെന്ന് ആകാശവീതിയിൽ
Brother, what are you doing?
I'm just waiting for my friend. This is Christmas.
Where are you from?
From a nearby place.
You are the new resident in Joy Brothers' house.
Yes.
You have this hat.
Thank you.
You're having crackers too. Then enjoy. Come on.
താരാട്ടുപാടി ഉറക്കിടുവാനായി മനതാരിൽ നിനച്ചിരുന്നു ഇത്ര നല്ല സ്നേഹ
Sir, if you go to a place,
okay, it's
during
okay.
midnight
It's
and
not a
tap,
problem.
yeah. No, don't do it. Stop.
Why?
Noise pollution.
Let it be.
First warning. Untie me.
It's Christmas Carol group. I'll go look.
Don't go away. Hey, untie me. Come here.
കണ്ണും കാത്തിരുന്നു മണ്ണിലൊരു പൈതലിനാ കാതോടു കാതോരം കേട്ടിരുന്നു ദൈവപുത്രൻ പിറക്കുമെന്ന് നമ്മുടെ ദൈവപുത്രൻ പിറക്കുമെന്ന് കണ്ണും കാത്തിരുന്നു
Oh God, second warning.
കാതോടു കാതോരം കേട്ടിരുന്നു ദൈവപുത്രൻ പിറക്കുമെന്ന് ആകാശവീതിയിൽ
leave my hand. Hey.
What is that dead man doing there? He's holding the hands of a girl.
He is her husband. Came as a surprise. It is the trend now.
കണ്ണും
Hey, I'm saying no. Leave my hand.
Hey.
കണ്ണും
How dare you misbehave with this woman when there are no men at home?
Hey, come here, running man, and save me! Oh my God! Hey, try to come fast, man!
Why is he making so much
What are
noise
you doing
now?
there? Hey, what are you doing looking at
Oh,
me?
no. What happened
Come
here?
here! Come here and unlock me! Come here!
What happened?
I was trying to do an asana and I got locked myself into this.
And then?
I don't know how to open this at all.
Awesome. How do I untangle you from
Please
this
help me
noodles
out
mess?
of this. Oh my God!
Just tell me, where did you start this from?
I don't remember that, man. Try to put either my leg or my hand.
Just
Try
a
to do
minute.
something.
I'll be back.
Hey, now where are you
I'm
going?
going to search in Google.
Try to open me, man. Don't leave me this way. Oh my
Don't
God,
move.
what
Let
happened
me try
to
something.
myself? Help me. Oh my God.
it.
I'm
Just
in
bear
big
Oh my God,
trouble
what
now.
happened?
Hey, what are you looking there, man? Open me. Try to free my legs and my hands. Please do
Oh my
that.
God, what has happened?
Uncle tried something new in yoga.
What?
He tried to improvise Vajrasana his way. Now look at what happened.
Hey, don't give that review at all, man. Try to
Can you
open
please
me.
help
Save me.
Tried a lot but couldn't untie him.
Hey, hold properly. Hold me properly. Don't let me down, man. Oh my God.
Who asked you to try out all these things?
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go.
I got it. Oh my God. Oh,
Get up.
thank you
Come and
so
sit
much for
here.
that. Thank you.
Don't do all these things again.
Who are you?
I'm living in the next house. I'm washing the clothes, so that time I'm hear your voice and came.
Don't bother yourself. When you try to invent something new, these are the troubles which you'll have to face. Definitely.
Why are you doing all this unnecessarily? You still think you're a young hero?
What did you tell? What your name is?
Radhika.
Thank you very much for coming when I called you. Thank you.
Yeah. It's always good to have somebody nearby to help if uncle tries all these things again.
You are a newcomer in this house?
Yes.
So many years this house was locked only. In that time I'll hear your voice and so I'll come. I thought new peoples are came in this house.
No, not at all. We have just rented this place.
Where is this house owner? I'll never seen them before.
Once I had been to Haridwar and happened to meet a saint there. Only they told me there is a house for rent here. And then we came here. We are here for some few days only.
That's right. Myself and uncle are going to stay here for few months and do yoga.
Okay.
I forgot to introduce myself. By the way, I'm Manu and this man is my uncle. Who will stay in your house?
Grandmother.
Radha?
and- okay, I'll see you later.
Fine.
Don't keep looking at that girl, man. Go, let me in.
You were looking at her too.
Oh, river, flow through me. Cool water sparkles me. Touch me, tickle me. 3 years through my valley. Touch me, tickle me. 3 years through my valley. Kiss the best, spreading me. Awake my spirit, blow my blood. Kiss the best, spreading me. Awake my spirit, blow my blood. Kiss the best, spreading me. Awake my spirit, blow my blood. Kiss the best, spreading me. Awake my spirit, blow my blood. No, no, no. No, no, no. Ra, da, 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 da.
Hey, tell me.
Then how are things going? Is everything working out?
What do I tell you now? Nothing happened. My uncle's killing me in the name of doing yoga and meditation. He's cooking something now. Making porridge.
You know why I called you? I'm coming that way. Do you want something?
Hey, do you have your bottles of booze? If you get me some, you are my god for today.
Man, your uncle's also there, no?
Just bring them somehow. I'll manage the rest.
Okay, man. It'll take 2 hours for me to reach the place, huh? If you want anything, tell me.
Get some cigarettes. I'm out of stock.
That's okay. Do you want anything else? Don't you want anything to eat?
Intoxication. That's the real pleasure.
Okay, man.
I have come close, you know.
Where are you now?
I am nearby the transformer.
Oh, you're right. Keep coming.
Okay, come. Hey man, you look fine.
Huh, I'm stuck here and suffering alone.
You look good. Okay, it's okay. Why are you thinking about those old things, you know?
Yeah, I saw that video yesterday. They used 3-4 cameras and shot in all possible angles, you know.
Today it is 1250 comments.
So you're keeping count of all that?
It is just a time pass, brother.
Did I forget to tell you? My uncle's in big trouble now. Looks like he'll make me an ascetic before I leave from here. Get the stuff out first. Hey, that's fine. You take care. Thank you, buddy. See you later.
If you want anything else, call me.
Of course, I'll call you.
What are you having in your hand?
Hey, nothing. A friend came by.
It seemed like friend came and give you anything.
Nothing. That's just a pickle jar.
I know that. Please take the pickle bottle carefully. Go safely. So that is the matter, right?
So you have seen it.
I saw it.
Don't tell anybody else.
Hey, no. You and uncle, what are you doing in that house? You came for having fun time?
Hey. My uncle is a very decent man.
You only not decent.
Hey, I didn't mean that. I just indulge in few extra things.
Okay, you carry on.
Looks like he started again. Who would have kept this book over here?
Which was the first one I put? My right one or my left one? Oh my God, Baba.
Huh? This was the book I saw there. Huh? Who are you?
Goban.
Which Gopi?
I was roaming around this area only.
How is this horror movie music playing in the background?
Don't get scared.
Why should I be frightened? By the way, who are you? How did you come into this house?
For men like me, this is all very easy.
You all? How many of you?
Don't get tense. I'm a soul.
Very well. You look like a magician who has come straight out of the circus.
Huh? You're looking at my costume?
No, I just made an assumption looking at your attire. Can you please stop the noise of a door squeaking? Else this whole building might crumble. Huh?
Tell me, are you not frightened of me?
Look, I'm already in some other tension. Now, why would I be frightened looking at you?
Normally when they see a soul, they get really scared. But you look like a veteran.
You keep talking about spirits. Do they all look like Dracula?
As all stories by men. A soul without any place. That's the right thing.
This is the first time I'm seeing any spirit. If you don't mind, can you please move aside?
Why is I'll show you?
So you're a real spirit, is it?
I won't do anything to anybody.
How did you die, sir?
They say coconut tree never cheats, no?
I've heard.
But a coconut tree cheats. A coconut fell on my head and died.
But when?
That's long ago.
Oh,
See, we got introduced, so I'll come straight to the point. The book you are reading now was written by me.
which one? This book? I had a suspicion. How did this end up here? By the way, what's written in it?
That is my biography.
I don't understand anything.
The time I finished my story and the time I died, all the same.
By the way, why did you come here now?
That is, nobody has read my story so far. If somebody reads and give me comments, I thought I will die after that.
But you died before that, right?
That came out in a flow. You tell me what you think about this book. I wasn't lucky to read it in print, my book.
Look, I already have a lot of headaches. I'm not in the mood to read books now. Go now and come back tomorrow. Let's see then.
Understand my feelings. I cannot come out during the day just like you say, huh?
Fine then. Don't mistake me for what I'm going to ask you. If I read out the story, can you grant me any special powers? You are a spirit now, but I'm still alive in this world. Can you grant me the power to become invisible or something like that? Huh?
People like me do not have that kind of skills. Nobody has it. I can't make things disappear, but I can do something else.
Go on, tell me about that.
Once you start reading this book, you can live like a character which is in the book till the end of the story.
Looks good. But what about the story? Is it worth an award?
Look at it yourself, you'll come to know.
Look, I don't understand anything what you're saying, but still, I'm gonna read it once.
Sir, this is also a girl baby.
Ayyappa, go and throw away this rotten stuff.
Oof, brother. Looks like this is a violent story.
That is how a story is.
Looks interesting. You must be a big shot.
What did you say?
I said that you must be a big shot.
Oh, this is what I expected. You have to read the entire story. Only then you will know.
There's a lot of violence in it.
The story has just started. There are lots more. Keep reading.
Not bad. I'll read further.
If you want, you can take a character and make it your own.
But I did not like this landlord character. I understood that he is a baddie at the beginning itself. Our hero is yet to make an entry. That's reason enough to read further. The landlord whom we saw now, he's a big psycho. Is this a crime thriller?
Continue.
Hey Swami, along with my death, my generation is also getting over. That should actually never happen. I need a male progeny. Whatever may be the price, I'm ready to pay for it. I have got married 4 times, and each one of them gave me a girl child. I had no other option other than killing them. Swami, please tell me what I should do as repentance. And for that, I would do anything for you.
I have a way for that. You will have to get married once more for that. It should not be just a marriage. You should do it with some rituals and rites followed into it. 7 days from today, you should marry a virgin girl.
How do I find such a suitable person in 7 days?
You will get her. And that type of virgin girl will come before you.
I will do anything that you say, Swami. And then?
Devanarayanam created the Kongis. The man who shook the jungle with their powers, they were the Kongis. And once upon a time, when the Kongi came out of the jungle, they met my grandfather. He was a very famous magician at that time. He had 12 magical plates with him, and all those 12 plates were made of some human being blood only. Why did the Kongi come and meet my grandfather, do you know? In the Kongi generation, there were no strong men in their community. Kongi wanted to get that medicines, and my grandfather was the one who went to the jungle. He searched for it and got those medicines, and Kongis wanted to get it from him. And what my grandfather has searched and got it, I still hold that with me.
Please tell me, what is that?
It's a tough job, but you should kill a pregnant elephant in the jungle. You will have to kill it, take the womb out, and then with the womb only you can make the medicine. It's very difficult, but and if you're going to do that, you will be successful. You will get a son. And it's very important to follow some rituals before you do these things. And it's going to be for 12 days. And on the 12th day, the baby in the womb will demolish by itself. And you will have the remains there. We need those remains for that.
Where would I get that ash from?
I have a way for that. Kogis are still alive in the jungle. And if you try, you can find them. You will have to take those remains and come to the jungle.
What after getting that ash?
Ladies, when they have taken their bath and they are wrapped in wet clothes, you will have to make them sit here. You will have to chant a lot of mantras. And the person who is doing is not a magician. Whoever is going to live with that girl will have to do that. 14 days, you will have to do that puja. And after that, if you will have an intercourse with her, you will definitely get a male child. You can believe me for this. Our rituals are never wrong in this.
I am believing in you. Now I am not going to delay at all. Whatever the price may be, we have to get that ash here.
You will definitely get it. But what I have told you, you will have to follow all those rituals in the beginning.
Swamiji, what should I offer you for this?
Everything will happen as you wish. And then I'll ask you.
Hey, who's this woman?
Devi, Tamburan's setup.
Shit. Looks like he won't spare any woman.
What are you thinking about?
I am not ready for one more test. As Swamiji has said, I have to find a virgin immediately. Puja has to begin.
I know about a girl. She lost her parents early. She's young.
Who's that?
Geeta.
Who's this? Is she the heroine?
Yes, Geeta.
Can I imagine Geeta's face as I like?
That's not a problem. Your wish.
I am Devanarayanan Tamburan of Keerseri Mana. I saw your daughter and liked her. I am interested to get married to her. If you are okay, please get a marriage done.
Oh my God, I'm not able to believe this at all. Why should I object this, sir? This is a great boon for me and for my daughter.
Just ask your daughter's willingness.
Why should I ask her all these things? I have grown her up since she was a child here. Before her mother could see her face, she even died.
As per your belief, we can get the marriage done in any of the temples here tomorrow itself.
Okay.
The scene has turned very emotional. It lacks variety. For example, in this situation, let the hero come in his Tata Sumo and block this car. Then open his door and get down quickly and give a few punches to that landlord, bash him for a few more minutes and then take away the heroine with him.
You stop right now. Continue the story.
The story is not so good. There are no twists at all. Watch this.
Are you still awake? Why there is no noise at all here?
I was just reading a book.
What is that book? Show me.
It's a Galproth of the element of elephant bhasmam. I mean powder.
Oh, English. At least get some knowledge after reading that.
Okay.
I'll go. And try to sleep fast.
Gopi? Gopi! Gopi? Where did he disappear? Shit. He disappeared just like that within a second. Gopi! Gopi?
What are you doing?
Gopi.
What are you searching for?
I was looking for my watch needle.
Why are you searching that now? Do you know what's the time now?
I took the watch to see the time and that's when it fell.
Okay, now you go and sleep.
How come this man doesn't get sleep?
Oh, I think he started reading a lot. Oh, I think it's a very bad book.
Grandma?
What? What happened?
Somebody in the window.
Oh my god. You come. Come and sleep in my room. Come.
Where did this book go? I kept it right here. Where did it go?
Oh, yeah. Please come, please come.
Only you both are here.
Only we both of us.
It is better to have two men as your neighbors. I have a young girl in my house.
Yeah.
I have come here to ask for help.
What is the problem? Tell me. We need to help each other when we are neighbors.
Last night, somebody was standing near the window and staring at her.
She.
How insulting are these people nowadays? What is there in peeping into a girl's room and seeing what is there?
Did you see his face?
No, I think some shadow.
It'll be better if we have some men staying in our house. Divakar is not in town. Her marriage has already been fixed.
Hey, don't be afraid. It won't happen hereafter. Somebody whom you know might have come.
If you don't have any problem, can you ask him to...
No problem. I'll come and sleep in your front veranda.
Thank you so much. We'll leave now.
Okay, you don't worry about anything.
Yes.
I get this from our
Hey,
garden.
show me.
I saw this picture I decided to throw out, but I decided to read the book. You finish it and give back to me.
You know, I was searching for this book since today morning. Thank you.
What is inside the book?
It's a genie, you know. You won't understand that if I tell you.
Radhu!
Fine,
Okay,
you leave now. Let's see tonight.
You didn't sleep?
Hey, I was not getting sleep.
Different place?
No, that's not a problem.
So many stars are shining in the sky, no?
Oh, yeah. Stars. When one shines, others fade. And when others shine, this one fades.
Grandma said our favorite persons are in the sky.
Few spirits come and meet us directly too.
You really seen it?
Oh, yes. I saw one even yesterday night.
Who's that?
It's a genie.
Genie. What they said?
He went away without telling anything.
Really?
I swear.
Don't tell me the
Hey,
lies.
it's the truth.
I understand. Are you okay? Manu, my biggest dream is what you know.
I'll know if you tell me.
There is no roof in my house, so I want to see the star directly.
Then you must sleep on the terrace.
That sleep is not good. Our favorite person mostly live with us.
Soon you're going to get married. You'll get a person. Hey, what happened?
Nothing, leave it.
Come on, tell me.
In the sky, my mom and dad are living.
Why are you so emotional? Any problem? Tell me.
When I was young, my parents are dead. In that time, my grandmother only with me.
Oh, so she's not your mother?
No. Actually, my fiancé's neighbors. They helping me a lot of ways. But dangerous fellow. I hate him. Nobody's here, so he taking a lot of advantage.
Hey, look. I don't know whether you're going to believe me. I'm reading a similar story right now. The book which you returned me today morning. That one.
Really?
Yes, really. Didn't I tell you that a genie came and met me? That's true.
What are you saying?
Actually, this book is the genie. See, I'll open and show you, but you must not be afraid.
Oh my god.
Hey, don't be frightened. He won't do anything.
Yesterday you saw the window, right?
Hey, he's not such a person.
Sister, I died because a coconut, fell on my head.
Shit.
And I ate it.
Shit. Who's that?
He's the one whom I told you about. Radhika, do you want to listen to a story about a girl like you? Or see it?
Hey, that is me. It looked like me.
When Gopi came and gave me an offer,
Don't worry. I know that you are not interested in this marriage.
I don't want to live him. I want to leave your place right now.
That's not as simple as you think. If you are giving birth to a boy baby, you can live as you want, leisurely.
If it is a girl baby, if I die itself, okay. I don't like that guy touch me.
Don't worry, I'll take care of everything. Leave it to me. I'll take care of everything. You relax.
This sad face doesn't suit you. You're supposed to be the queen here. I want to see a male progeny running around and playing here in Kirserimana. And he should take on my name forward for generations together. Whatever I have asked for, I have always owned. 14 days from today, there will be rituals happening till the full moon. After that, Ayyappa.
Tell me, sir.
I hope you remember whatever I said.
Okay.
Till the puja rituals get over, no one from outside nor anyone from inside should go out. Be careful. Early morning tomorrow, a person will come down the mountains with the ash required for the rituals. You should go to lead the way and go alone.
Okay.
What's this? He looks like me.
Read further.
Hey, how is it possible?
Read further, I told you.
Are you the person he told?
Yes, I'm the person.
Did anyone see you coming?
Nobody has seen so far.
He's the person. Give him that.
Did Swami say anything specifically?
He told me in particular to stay along with you until this puja is completed.
Even otherwise, nobody is going to leave this place without the rituals getting over. Ayyappa, get a place ready so that he can stay there.
Yes, sir. What do you wish? Just ask me. Don't hesitate, okay? And don't think of running away. Don't you understand? Come. Come, sleep here.
Okay,
If you want anything, just call me. I'll wait outside.
fine.
हवाओं की सरगम से प्यार की धुन को सुन, बुलाती है ये तुझको, आ संग ले चल मुझे, यूं शर्मा के तू जो जाए, फिर भी ढूंढोगी मुझे, तितली बन के साथ तेरे हर पल रहूंगा मैं, हवाओं की सरगम से प्यार की धुन को सुन। जब हम यूं उड़े गुनगुनाए भंवरों की तरह, गुलाब सी रंगीन कली तू मेरी, आ खिल जा तू मुझ में जरा, हुस्न तेरा कर देगा रंगीन मुझे, ये नैना नशीले बड़े, बन जा दुल्हन मेरी अब मेरे हमदम, जला दे जीवन के दिए, सीने पे मेरे सर रख के प्यार से खेले यहाँ, हवाओं की सरगम से प्यार की धुन को सुन। सपनों की फुलवारी में फूल बन के राह तेरी मैं तकूं, खुशबू तेरी जो मुझे छुए, महकाए कण कण मेरा, चाहत बरसेगी बारिश बन के, आ भीगे इसमें हमदम, आ तुझको गले लगा लूं यूं मैं, जन्नत के दरवाजे तोड़ूं, तुझको लेकर बनकर पंछी उड़ जाऊं सबसे मैं दूर, हवाओं की सरगम से प्यार की धुन को सुन, बुलाती है ये तुझको, आ संग ले चल मुझे, यूं शर्मा के तू जो जाए, फिर भी ढूंढोगी मुझे, तितली बन के साथ तेरे हर पल रहूंगा मैं, हवाओं की सरगम से प्यार की धुन को सुन।
Here, drink this.
I don't want to drink. I don't like it.
It's a medicine, not a poison. If you don't drink this, problem will be high. Just do what I say. Drink up.
Geeta! Geeta!
Hey, you.
Stay quiet. It's me.
How you came? We have to go right now. He killed me. I'm so scared.
Listen to me. Talk softly.
This is not a easy matter. We'll leave this place.
I've come to take you away from here, but it's not very easy to get away from this place. We'll sort it out. There are 2 more days for the puja to begin. We'll leave from this place before that. I have to go back now.
If I'm not a virgin, so he did not like me.
I won't let go of you for anybody's sake.
What? Where he is going?
This is not new to me. He goes away if you close the book. Wasn't it a very divine love story?
Balance also you read.
Who's that?
Oh my god, grandmother. Grandmother, what happened?
I saw someone running outside the window.
Bloody old man. You become a pervert at night and do yoga during the day?
I've come to pluck some leaves to make some medicine.
Bad old man. You're my uncle. Otherwise, I would have called the police. I feel like breaking your head into 2 now, but you're my uncle. Get away.
My son, please don't tell anybody. I will not tell anything
Shut up.
about you
Don't
to
give any
anybody.
explanations. Run away from here before it dawns.
I thought I can do some Vajrasanas here.
Vajrasana, your foot.
Here, these are few dresses for you. Just check and see if everything is there or not, huh? Now there are only few more days left. After 2 days we have to buy jewelry. We'll go together, okay? Why are you not happy? Just give a smile, na. Why are you looking dull? All these sluggishness will leave after the marriage is over. You might have heard people saying something. That is the reason why you are not interested now. Those who know closely will not say anything. Otherwise, people will say many things. I'm a drunkard, I'm a drug addict, many things like that. Can't tolerate all that. There are even rotten rumors that I see pornography all the time. Shit, you don't know how shameful it is. Can I tell you one thing? All my 3 wives had no issues here. What were they lacking here? Huh? Leela. Whenever the fish seller comes and calls, she just runs out and greets him. After all, he's a fish seller. There are certain give and takes between them. I have heard all these sort of stories. And I knew that personally also. And then, the guy who supplies the gas cylinder. He'll only come whenever I'm not there. What's the problem if he brings the cylinder when I'm there? Which means she's also involved in that. When he comes into the kitchen to fix the cylinder, I know there are a lot of other fittings also which is happening and it's very evident for me. There is a good reputation for this family. And I'm not ready to spoil that. Then comes Sulojana. Ugh. Plumber Money will be on top of the tank, she'll be down. And she'll be down there and he'll be up there. Nonsense. Got rid of her at once. I'm a cultured guy here. And I'm interested to get married to you just because of one reason. Do you know why? You are the sort of girl exactly of my imagination. You just touched my soul. Now you are just everything for me. And for you I am there. May the Lord be with us. So next week we are going to take the jewelry. Okay? Bye then.
Bloody uncle. At least he spared this one.
Don't hide, I'll say it.
Not like that. I was alone, so please sit down.
Why you came suddenly, didn't say anything? Then where you go?
Actually, I had a courier to be sent early today morning.
Then your uncle?
My uncle went to our native place.
Suddenly what happened?
My mom is setting up a small business there.
Thank God, yesterday night you'll stay in our house is very good for us.
Hey, he won't come back. He would have seen me and run away. Just got away when I was about to catch him.
You forgot this?
No, I left it there.
Yesterday night I didn't slept.
Gopi is a good man, right?
You said correctly, Manu. If I want to say Geeta's story really into my life. Can you please read the balance story?
No. We have to read it only in the night. Gopi won't come in the morning.
Please read for me.
Fine, let me read it. I'll close this door first. Hey, how come during the day?
This is climax, no? I have taken the risk and you have come here during the day.
Today all finished, right?
Story will get over today. And I will also go back.
Devi. Devi. Ayyappa. Ayyappa.
Sir, we've been cheated. He is not Kongi at all.
Go and get him.
Sir, she is not there. Couldn't have gone very far.
He should not cross the forest with her.
Come. Get up. Geeta! Geeta! Look at me! Geeta! 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 Geeta!